guys, it's Trixie here today. I thought I would show you how I make my PVC tubing that is flexible to pop in and out of the wheelchair handlebar section so that you have a better idea of how I do it. Now that I'm making several patterns, I felt like it was really important for everybody to really understand how I accomplish it so that I can be out and about wheeling around with full independence and not worry about my mandala popping out of that handlebar. And so I use the 1/4 inch PVC tubing. I find it to be the least expensive and the biggest bang for my buck by going to Home Depot. You get 25 feet of this for $4.98. That is the cheapest that you're going to find it even off of Amazon. So 1/4 inch PVC tubing. You need 57.5 inches per wheel, and this is going to give me 5 of those total with a little bit of spare room left over. Then you are going to need a 1/8 inch barb connector, which this is going to be best found off Amazon. I've had a really hard time finding these in any sort of home store, brick and mortar type of place. Nobody seems to carry the 1/4 inch connectors because it's a really rare size tubing for plumbers to actually be using. But the barb connectors, again, they come in a 12 pack off of Amazon. They're 1/8 inch plastic hose barbs, and I will pop that down below for you. I also have a super glue that is based in gel. I have both Gorilla Glue here and Loctite. They'll both do the same job. The most important part is that you want gel based. I also have a set of scissors, as well as, please don't use your sewing scissors, as this plastic tubing will damage that. You never want to use your sewing scissors or any type of scissors that you buy in a craft store to cut anything other than fabric, yarn, and string. And then I also have a measuring tape here. So what you're going to do is you're actually going to take this, and the reason I use a measuring tape is that the PVC pipe is already kind of circular, and if you use a ruler, you're gonna lose inches. But what I do is I hold it like this, and I just kind of stretch out the tube, and about every 12 inches, I reevaluate. And I just pull real nice and tight until I get 57.5 inches. And then all right, I do apologize about that. I had to open a new bottle. So I'm also going to take a little bit of this, and this bottle doesn't have the squeezy types because I ran out of that. But you're going to just kind of put it around the exterior of the barb as well. And that is why you're going to want to have it drying for about 2 hours, because it is going to be still kind of sticky, and it's a gel. It does take a lot longer for it to dry. And then we are going to come back and we'll do the same thing to the other side, where we put quite a bit inside there, and then we stick our barb inside of that. But you're going to want to make sure your PVC tubing is totally open, and that's all you're going to do. And I typically let these, once both sides are connected, and I'm not going to connect this side right now because I need this the current side that we just did together to dry for a couple hours. Once it's a full ring, I will hang it on like a doorknob or something overnight, and that way it's fully dry by the time that I attach my yarn to it. But if you attach these at the same time, it is going to make the ring just slightly warped, and you're going to have a funny crinkle where your barb is. So go ahead and make sure that you let this dry for a couple hours, because inside there it's going to be super wet and have a hard time drying. And that's the most important part. And then when you come back to this, again, you're going to pop it in there, hang it on a doorknob overnight, and then it'll be ready for you to crochet your mandala over. So thanks for tuning in to this. If you have any further questions, pop me some comments down below and I will get back to them as soon as possible. Cut my tube. So now that I've cut it, I actually have 2 ends. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my super glue, okay? And I like the kind that has the little squeezy bits on it because it lets me have more control. And so what I'm going to do is go ahead and put a really nice thick layer in there. And it does take a little bit of time to fill it up there. And you just want to make sure that you have about 1 centimeter's worth of glue in there. Okay. And then you're going to pop your barb into that side. All right. Now this is going to take a little bit of time to dry. I recommend letting it dry for about an hour to 2 hours so that it really solidifies. Ideally,